At the end of this lesson, you should be able to ask people about their routines and what they're doing now. In this lesson, we are going to very focus on present continuous, making questions, and also completing sentences using present continuous and present simple. As usual, before we begin our lesson today, let me communicate with you first the framework of our lesson. First, we shall recall the present continuous and present simple by identifying the types of sentences. And after that, we shall have a photo quiz where you are going to look at the photos and write questions in present continuous using the guidance given. Last but not least, we are going to complete sentences based on the photos using simple present and present continuous. Without further ado, let us begin with the first activity of our lesson today, where we are going to recall the present continuous and present simple by identifying the sentences. Take a look at the first sentence. He plays football. If you look at the verb here, there is an S at the back of the verb. So this is obviously a characteristic of present simple. If you are still unsure about the characteristics of present simple, you can click at the link at the top right of this video and you can have a look of our previous lesson. Next, he is playing football. As you can see here, there is an ing at the back of the verb. In the previous lesson, I have taught that if there is an ing, it means there is a continuous. Also, there is a verb to be in front of the verb ing. Therefore, this sentence is present continuous. Number 3, they are watching TV at the moment. So as you can see here, the verb itself also have ing together with verb to be are. This is the same characteristic as what we have seen in sentence number 2. So definitely it's present continuous. Fourth, they watch TV every weekend. This time there is no ing at the back of the verb as well as s. However, do you still remember that? I said before, when we use the subject pronoun he, she, it, there should be an s at the back of the verb. But for they, we, are, you, there should be no s. So in this case, this sentence is present simple. Number 5, they jog at the park every Friday. Now this sentence has the same characteristic as the previous sentence. There is no ing and there is no s at the back. So obviously this is also present simple. Last but not least, they are jogging at the park now. There is ing and there is a verb to be are. So it is present continuous. So out of these 6 sentences, how many sentences did you manage to identify correctly? If you managed to get all correct, congratulations. However, let me tell you something. What if you are unsure with the form of verbs? What I want to say here is, say, if you don't know, in present simple, subject pronoun he, she, it, you have to add s at the back, and they, we, are, you, there is no s at the back. What else can you look for to identify if this is a present simple? We look at the time. Now, the time mentioned in the sentence is a very important key. Why? Because it tells you whether this is present simple or present continuous. For present simple, the examples of time in present simple are every morning, every day, every Friday, every week, and every month. Now, take note that in present simple, if there is a keyword every being used in the specific time mentioned, it is definitely present simple. Therefore, straight away you will know that you will have to put s at the back of the verb. And also, besides using the keyword every, sentences that use adverbs of frequency is also considered as present simple. For example, he sometimes plays football. They usually watch TV at night. I always wash the plates after dinner. The adverbs of frequency here are sometimes, usually, and always. So when we meet these kinds of adverbs of frequency, normally it is considered as also present simple. Now, what if you are unsure with the form of verbs in present continuous? Say, you also don't know that In present continuous, the verb to be is being used by which subject pronoun? Are, am, and so forth. Then you can refer to the time. Present continuous is always used for the events that happen at the moment, now, and also today. So when we meet these examples of time, automatically we will know that we are writing a present continuous sentence. Now let's move on to the second activity of our lesson today, which is writing questions in present continuous by looking at the photos. But first, let me go through with you first how to make yes or no questions in present continuous. Okay. When making yes or no questions in present continuous, you have to know that the verb to be and also verb ing still exist even though it's a question, and it still follows the same subject pronoun. For verb to be is, we use he, she, it. For verb to be are, we use they, we, you. And for verb to be am is used by subject pronoun I, followed by the verb plus ing, and then you will have to write a little bit of your idea. Yes or no questions is a type of question that will prompt you to answer either yes or no. Next, how to make WH questions then in present continuous? When we say WH questions, definitely the questions must start with what, when, where, who, which, and how, and so forth. And this is followed by the verb to be is, which is used by the subject pronoun he, she, it. Are, which is used by the subject pronoun they, we, you. And last but not least, am is used by the subject pronoun I, then followed by ing. If you want to expand the whole questions, you can add some ideas after the verb ing. However, I'm not going to show you the examples of ideas here because I just want to let you see the correct structure of making WH questions in present continuous. Now, let's try to write questions using present continuous. The guidance here are already provided for you. What the man do? So obviously, the words provided here are probing you to write WH questions in present continuous. What the man? The man, if we want to replace it with a subject pronoun, we use he. So the answer should be, what is the man doing? We put ing at the back of the verb, as well as a verb to be before the subject pronoun, which is the man. So when we want to answer, of course, we answer with a complete sentence, which is he is cooking. Next, the boy watched TV. Well, this time we don't see any WH. So obviously this is a yes or no questions. The boy watched TV. What is the subject pronoun that we can use to replace the boy? It's he. And he must be started with the verb to be is. So is the boy watching TV? As usual, we have to add ing at the back of the verb. So since this is a yes or no question, definitely when we want to answer, it must be yes or no. So is the boy watching TV? If we look at the picture, it's yes, he is. That's the answer. Next, what the penguin do? This is a WH question. If we look at the picture, the question that we can make is, what is the penguin doing? Why do we use is? Because the penguin can be best replaced with the subject pronoun it. It uses is as the verb to be. So what is the penguin doing? And when we want to answer, it is swimming. Lastly, the children on the boat wear a uniform. There is no WH, therefore we need to construct a yes or no question. The children is more than one, therefore it's plural, because when we want to substitute the children with subject pronoun, it can be substituted with they. So they are. But since this is a yes or no question, we say are the children. Are the children on the boat? Where is the verb? We put ing and a uniform. Are the children on the boat wearing a uniform? Are they wearing? No, they aren't. They are wearing their own clothes. Now, let's move on to the final activity of our lesson today, where we are going to complete the sentences using present simple and present continuous. Let's try to fill in the blanks by looking at the picture and do some read up on the text beside here. Charlotte is a music student. She practices every day, but at the moment she relaxes. Okay, so we can see that for the first answer, it should be present simple because the keyword of the time being used there is every day. But at the moment is the keyword time for present continuous. Therefore, she is relaxing. Next, Lin is a footballer. He plays football 5 days a week. So obviously, this is an example of time for present simple. So we have to put s at the back of the verb. He plays football 5 days a week. But today is a sample time for present continuous. Therefore, we say he is playing basketball. Last but not least, Melanie chat in Spanish with a tourist now. Now is a present continuous. So the answer here is chatting, because we have to put ing and also verb to be for present continuous. But she usually speak English. This is a present simple. Remember, present simple can be used together with adverbs of frequency. So answer here is speaks English.